Want us to record this, Anna?
Yes, we record this webinar.
Oh, good. All righty. Well, then thank you, everybody, for joining today or tonight or in the morning, wherever you are in the world. It sounds like we have a little bit of everybody online. Anna, first of all, I've got to give a shout out to all of Europe. You continue to grow, and there's no sign of stopping. France had an unbelievable week last week. France, you beat Taiwan last week. That's never happened before. You had
This is awesome.
Taiwan has been doing business for 5 years, and you've been doing business, what, 5 months? Maybe a year? Very impressive. You beat Taiwan. I believe they were the number 6 market. They almost beat Korea. So good job for France. UK always, of course, being very, very strong. Great movement from DBD. I love what you guys did, and that's still having a ripple effect. So congratulations to everybody in Europe. Netherlands, you're coming back strong. I see that strong customer base moving forward, and I love it. We knew that when we launched the Team Lead Bonus, that there would be about 1.5 to 2, maybe 3 months of kind of an education process where people learn how it works. They learn about all the details, and then once that's understood, then what you typically see is for the next 6 months to a year, a very strong growth mode from people because they understand it, it's working for them, they know how to sell the compensation plan to their new people. Their new people are learning faster. And so with that adoption, we've now seen record growth for the last 2.5, 3 weeks in a row. In China, we did over $2.4 million in sales last week alone. So they're going crazy. We just had our first level 8 chairperson. Like, think about that. That is, I believe, 11 lines optimized. We're growing like crazy, and there's a reason for it. And a big part of that is the leadership that we have. In fact, that's the largest part. The leadership that we have around the world who are gathering together saying, we want more. So in April, we took a lot of vacations all around the world. We had an amazing 9-day, 8-night cruise in the Caribbean with our European leaders as well as North America. The Japanese, they went to Singapore. The Chinese went to Australia. And we went all around the world. More of the Chinese went to Macau. Now that everybody's kind of back into business mode, it's really, really starting to show up. So again, thank you for your efforts and your leadership. You're the reason that Ariix is listed as the #1 momentum company in the world. Number 2, I believe, is a company called Vasayo. And number 3, I wanted to say was Jeunesse. So with the momentum that we have, I just want to continue to add fuel to that fire with additional clarity to the Team Lead Bonus. So it's been 3 months, the dust has settled, but it's probably good for us, all of us, to re-review the Team Lead Bonus. And I promise you, you can't learn it enough. You can't know it well enough. Because when you get this right, here's what I've seen happen. It literally transforms how people are building their business. So I kind of want to walk through that. What you're seeing now is just the first part of a brand new compensation plan training presentation that we've put together, right? The company has never really had an official formal compensation plan training document. This is a good first step in that direction. And we've been doing monthly webinars with our brand new reps in North America, and now we're starting in China and the other markets with this to be a standard presentation so that our new reps can learn really quickly. So even if you're very familiar with this, consider this approach. Think about it. See if it makes sense to you. If it's usable, if you find value in this, I would be more than happy we can have Anna share it with the entire field. What we're hoping for is consistency over time. If you hate it, tell us. You say, I don't want to teach it that way. I don't like it this way. It doesn't work for me. What we're trying to do is to give you the edge. And the edge is when you work with your new prospect or your new member, and you set their expectations to starting their business You do so in a way that they are excited, but they're also set up for success. We all know the difference between happiness and misery in this industry is expectations. When reality is in line with expectations, people are happy. It doesn't matter how hard the requirement is. If I've been set up to expect every step along the way what I need to do, requirements take care of themselves, right? There are many companies whose compensation plans are much, much more difficult than ours. I can think of at least a dozen, right? And they pay a lot less, but people still do it because their expectations were in line with reality. So anyways, that's a preface, but I'm excited to go through this, and I want all of you to just look at this. If you find value, excellent, take it, use it. If you see things we can do to change it, please let us know. What we're trying to whittle down to is that perfect, simple way of teaching the compensation plan, specifically the team lead bonus, so that people understand the value and the power that's in that. So let's get started with a little bit of a recap. We all know when we start the business, right? You become a member by buying your boss. It's like buying a membership to a discount buyers club, Costco, Carrefour, any of those discount buyer clubs. What does it include? It includes your business, your income position. You get your e-store. It's like having your own Amazon that you can sell Ariix exclusive brands through. You get business analytics through X-Office. You get sales training and tools, right? We also know that every product has a point value as well as a price value. Sometimes that price is in euros. Sometimes it's in British pounds. Sometimes it's in US dollar. Regardless of the denomination used, we still have a point value that it keeps everything consistent worldwide so that we can run commissions. You already know this. This is just a very quick recap. When you're starting your business, the first crucial question, and this has to do with team lead bonus because you can't talk about one without the other. The first decision you have to make is, what is the business level that I want to pursue? I have 4 weeks time to set a goal and to try to go towards that specific business level. I can buy the product myself, I can retail it, or I can sell to preferred customer. Any one of those ways will help me qualify to the business level that I select. So if I want to be activated, very simple, I just need the minimum 200 points, and I have achieved the business level that I have chosen, and I will enjoy the benefits associated with that business level. Because each business level unlocks a lifetime of benefits that you can enjoy and has a pretty big impact. So for most people who are serious about building the business, we start at the business, elite, or ultimate levels as a good direction for them to consider. Why? Well, the minimum to activate is 200 points. So most people tend to buy this product for their own consumption anyways, which means if I want to get to 500, I have to do one of two things. I have to either, one, become more committed to different brands, diversify the products that I'm going to personally use myself so that I have a broad variety of testimonials, of authentic experiences with the products that say, you know what, these supplements really are making an impact in my life and I can speak from my heart authentically. Or I just lost 10 pounds on Slender Ice. This is an amazing weight loss program. It really does work. Or I don't know if you've tried these essential oils. As a tennis player, I wouldn't go a day without bringing my Calm and my ice with me, both before and after workouts. It is a part of my daily routine. Or Revive. I love this. It has replaced all of the unclean, filthy, peg-ridden products that were in my home, and now I know my family is safe and protected from potential carcinogens and other harmful toxins. Or I have this water bottle that does anything. I can drink water from a toilet if I had to, right? By going to Business, Elite, or Ultimate, you are going to either buy more product for yourself, which in turn gives you more authentic experiences that you can relate with others in enticing them to try the products, right? It requires you to do that, or it requires you to do number two, which is learn how to sell product to people who have a genuine need for the product in question, right? Both of these are intentional. So, again, There's a reason that we have these different business levels, because it also expresses a level of commitment. I want you to consider what it means to be ultimate. I have a lot of stats I'm going to go through here in a minute. I think are very useful, and they're very eye-opening on what ultimate really means. I'll get there in a minute. But when you go business or elite or ultimate, you're either buying more products to try or you're learning how to sell. And both of those are crucial in the long run for being successful. They also give you a host of different benefits you can see here. I won't go into all of the details of what these mean, what they are. I'm sure that your team and your leadership can already go through these, but it's really simple. Number of lines that you get is the number of teams that you can start to build at the beginning. It also has a huge impact on how you get paid for volume that you personally generate yourself or from customers outside of your first 30 days. These are details in auto balancing that you don't really care about, other than more lines equals higher pay, and you'll worry about that later, okay? Again, the whole point on learning the comp plan, especially the first time, should not be to understand every detail. It should be to be excited, informed, and ready to make action moving forward. 2x, this is a no-brainer. If you are serious about the business, you absolutely want 2x status. We all know why. It doubles discounts and it doubles our bonuses. Ex Office Premium, this is the premium accessed information and reports that are in our back office that are not available under normal circumstances, but for everybody new, even the activated reps, they still get 3 months of that premium Ex Office reporting. That's actually pretty vital to helping manage your business, especially the bigger you get. You have extra time to order your products after the end of a commission week. You can get products early before we go to launch. You'll be considered at the business and above, executive webinars, coaching sessions, etc. But the two biggest ones, I guess the three that I would say would really lead someone to strongly consider ultimate, are the bottom three. A power entry, again, we won't go into the details of this. That is huge if you understand the industry. If you don't, then at least these bottom two should make no-brainer sense. Automatic gold. First of all, you would have to personally sponsor 4 people at 200 points each yourself to qualify for gold. So getting there automatically, you've done a lot of the work up front, right? And there's a reason we did that. We know that to become ultimate, most people don't have 1,700 pounds or 1,800 euros lying around. Most of you are going to have to learn how to do some sampling parties, how to go share products, how to retail or sell to people to qualify for ultimate. But that's intentional, because we believe that social selling, that person-to-person sharing is really what makes this whole industry work, and especially at Ariix. And at that bottom line, the team lead bonus percentage is what we're on the call today about. Because you're going to find out that that percentage that's linked to ultimate, that beautiful 3 and that beautiful 0 with the percent mark afterward, is everything for you and your business, and you're going to see why. So if it were me and I was doing my business, I would try to have this type of mentality. I don't know about other teams, but in my team, everybody tries to go for ultimate, and they achieve. Let me give you some stats on ultimate, people. 80% of people who commit to going ultimate, and they select, when they enroll, they say, I want to go ultimate. 80% of people who say that do. So if you have 100 people, and 80 of them say, I think I want to go for ultimate, 80 of them actually will achieve that. That is a huge success rate. But in the last 9 weeks, 100% of our new VPs and above were all, no surprise here, ultimates, okay? These are the people that you're going to easily be able to spot out and say, these are going to be the players, the very serious people who I should lock arms with and go build my team with. It's an easy way for you to find the high potential leaders in your team, the future leaders, okay? Obviously, we know that Ariix is a very simple and lenient sales requirement, which is simply 100 points of product every 4 weeks. You can purchase it yourself. Most people tend to do that. 100 points is usually enough product for one person to use in a month. Many people consume more than that. But even if you have no interest in using the products yourself, as long as you have a customer who's ordering 100 points every 4 weeks, they will keep you active as well. So now that we have everything that's required to play the game, you choose your business level, you know how to stay active, let's talk about how you make money. When we talk about the Ariix Comp Plan, I really like to put it into 3 different categories of how to earn money. The first is kind of like a job, working for somebody else, an hourly wage. The more you work, the more you get. The less you work, the less you get. If you don't work, you don't get anything, right? It's an hourly wage that you get to establish and you get to do yourself, like a job. The residual is kind of like getting paid like a boss. You have a salary that's based off of teams that are working with and for you. They're doing the work, and you're getting paid because of the results that come. That's the residual, and in this industry, that's what creates time freedom in the long run, all right? And of course, at the end, getting paid like an executive. Most executives you see, they're getting fat bonuses at the end of the year. Well, at Ariix, you get bonuses every single week based on your performance. So today's phone call mainly is focusing on the upfront. Now, we all know that the first way to get paid upfront is through retail sales. Said simply, you're going to buy the product at a wholesale price, which is 30% with 2x lower than the retail suggested price. So in this case, I bought a set of Jove, the tightener and the brightener, for $140 US. I sell it for the retail price at $200, and I keep the difference. It's very simple. Now, I can choose to have the product delivered to me and give it to my customer directly, collect cash, collect Square, collect PayPal, collect Venmo, however I collect money from them, and just give them the product. Or I can just have them go to my replicated website. They can purchase online. When they buy at whatever price online, the difference between my wholesale price and the price they pay pays me automatically in the retail incentive. So I can collect cash myself, or I can just send it to my website and do it all virtually. That's the beauty of having your online e-commerce platform like your own Amazon, okay? But that's only the first way of getting paid, and let's face it, most people don't like to collect cash, and we don't want to ship products. That's a very old way of doing MLM. There's no problem with it, but most people tend to just want to refer people to use the product. And this is where Team Lead Bonus comes. Team Lead Bonus for 99% of the people who start on Ariix business will be the first way that they earn commissions. And the beautiful part about Team Lead Bonus is it's a no-brainer. It is instant. As soon as the sale occurs, you are going to earn money. That is a beautiful thing because, again, it's like being paid as a job. If you create the sale, you get paid. If you don't create the sale, you don't get paid. What we found is, while most people come to direct sales because they ultimately want time freedom and a lifestyle that they can't get anywhere else, that's what they want. What determines their success is their ability to be paid upfront, quick, in a fast manner. And if it takes having to balance 2 or 3 or 4 different lines before they can ever get a paycheck, most people in nowadays day and age don't have the patience to wait that out. Even though the upside, we all know what can happen if you do this the right way after 2 or 3 or 4 years of good work. That residual will lead to time freedom, will lead to teams and being able to live a lifestyle that most other people dream of. But we've got to take care of people in the beginning, and that is exactly what Team Lead Bonus does. So when you have a new customer, and when I say customer, I mean preferred customer or a new member, okay? Both of which buy product and are defined as just a customer. When you get a new customer, whatever they purchase in their first 4 weeks, most people do it in one order, but whatever they order in their first 4 weeks, you're going to get a team lead bonus on. Obviously, the higher your business level, the higher the percentage you're going to earn at. So if I'm an activated member and I did the minimum 200 points and that's my business level, I've qualified, I'm done qualifying, I am a member. I will earn 15% on my team lead bonus as I get new members and customers. If I've qualified for business, I've already generated 500 points. I'm there when I sponsor new members or customers. I get 20%, elite 25%, and ultimate 30%. So very simple example. And I know what you're going to tell me. You're going to say, wait a second, this example is wrong. But hear me out. There's a reason why I'm showing it this way. For people who have never heard this before, just watch and see how easy the team lead bonus is. So there's me right there with my fancy tie on, and I found John, my new customer. And I sell John 1,000 points. If my business level is member, what is the team lead bonus associated with member? It's 15%. There's $150, very easy, and it happens and it pays every single week instantaneously. If I was a business, the same 1,000 points would pay me 20% or 200. And you can see how simple this is. If I'm elite, I get 25% or $250. And if I'm ultimate, I don't get 150. I end up getting $300, or I'm doubling my money with ultimate. Let me repeat that. I double my money with ultimate. The base team lead bonus, you can never go lower than 15%, right? But if I'm ultimate, I get 30% every single time I get a new customer or a new member and sell product to them that they purchase. And that's for my entire life as an Ariix rep. So if I'm finding new customers every single month consistently, that means I'm getting paid every single month consistently. How much time does it take for a new person to learn how to get a new customer? Sometimes there are naturals. There are people who are so good at social selling. They go on Facebook and say, I love this new skincare product that I'm using. And next, they've got 5 or 6 girlfriends all asking them, how do I go and purchase this and use it and try it? And then there's people like me who just suck at selling. But I'll tell you what, even as bad as I am at selling, you give me 1 or 2 months of a product that I love, and you know what? I have no problem having my friends use it and referring to them, helping them save money, getting a discount. So whether you're the influential type or the passive type, everybody over time can learn how to share something they love. It's something we do naturally. If you can harness that skill and every single month get 1 new ultimate, think about what getting an ultimate would be, right? Let's say that I get an ultimate and I sell them 1,500 points, but I'm only a business level. Well, even at a business level, I'd still get $300, right? Wrong. Why? And this is for everybody who paid attention in the last few slides and said, wait a second, Ian, you're wrong. Okay, now here's where, yes, you are correct. Even if you have a lower business level, but you sell a higher level, we'll still give you the higher percentage. So if I'm business and I sell an ultimate, I don't get 20%. I end up getting 30% because that's the percentage that is associated with ultimate. So either be ultimate or sell ultimate, either way you get 30%. Either be elite or sell elite and you'll get 25%. If you're elite and sell ultimate, again, you get 30%. So now we really don't care what you are. As long as you can sell product to people and sell ultimates, you'll get 30% or $450 every single ultimate that you sell. So let's say that you just had a goal. Once a month, all I want to do is I'm going to work for 2 to 3 hours a week. I'm going to have a few sampling parties or one-on-ones every single week. And my goal is once a month at a minimum to sell 1 ultimate. Did you know that in the US, $500 US is the difference between poverty and having enough money to take a family on a vacation. That $500 swing. If you increase the average income in the US of $500 a month, they now have money for vacation, they have money for college, for savings. If you take away 500 from the average, most people are in poverty. It's that big of a swing. So think about what that means to most of the people around us. Teaching them how to get one ultimate a month is the difference between a lifestyle upgrade that can make an impact, let alone the benefits that are coming from the products they're using. So I want to talk about the whole concept of duplicating your business with ultimates. And again, when I say ultimate, I understand fully that for someone to achieve ultimate themselves, they have to commit to it. They have to learn how to sell some product. And while they're selling, they're only qualifying, right? They can earn their retail bonus when they sell to customers, but when they are personally qualifying for ultimate, all of that volume is used to qualify. It doesn't pay them. So what they're going to earn, should they choose to sell at a retail price or something be above the wholesale, they're only going to earn that retail difference with their customers while they are qualifying. Some people may view this as a sacrifice, but I promise you, here's what we're seeing worldwide, and data and numbers don't lie. We're seeing an increase in retention. We're seeing an increase in the average number of customers that are coming to the company because people are learning how to share products. And I'm telling you, that is huge. When your focus is to help people become ultimate, and they learn how to do a sampling party, and in that process, they qualify for ultimate, that level of success, that level of achievement that they've now accomplished, that allows them to get 30% for the rest of their life in their Ariix business is huge. Okay? So I want to show you guys something. It's a little calculator that I put together. Stefan Page asked the question. He said, what would happen if I decided to sponsor one ultimate a month, every month for an entire year, and have everyone that I bring in do the same thing? If I just duplicated that, what would that look like over time? Right? So I created a calculator, and I'm more than happy to share this with everybody, but it's actually pretty powerful what happens. So here is what you're looking at as a calculator, okay? This is, you can see at the top, I put in the volume amount, which is 1,500 points. So I've found one new ultimate. I'm ultimate myself. My auto delivery volume, is 100 for Europe. And I sponsored one person the first month. And every month after that, I also sponsored one person. I'm building 2 lines. And here you go. This is the first month. In the first month in month 0, I already qualified as ultimate. And now I'm in my second month, but it's the first month where I'm proactively building. I get my first ultimate, and what do I get for that month? $450 US. Again, it's not enough money to quit my day job, but it's enough money that every month that I earn $450, it gives me a meaningful increase in my life quality. Let's go look to month 2. Now remember, in month 2, I sponsored my second person, but the first person I sponsored also sponsored their person. So I have a total of 3 people in my downline, okay? Now, if I bought all of my ultimate up front, I spent roughly $2,400. Let's just be very aggressive and say I spent $2,400. You can see in month 2, I still haven't earned a profit yet. I've earned roughly $1,000, actually just a little bit over $1,000, $1,020 in total earnings from 2 months of team lead bonus, and then I started earning base commissions on my second month because I have someone else who's building with me. Let's keep going. Let's go look at month 3 and see how this goes. So month 3, I found my third person. The first person I found their second person, and etc. Now I have 7 people on my team, and you can see now I'm getting that consistent $450 US in team lead bonus every single month. But look what happened on month 3. In addition to team lead bonus, now, because I've got one person on line 1, one person on line 2, I'm only building 2 lines, I end up with $360 in base commissions, right? And I also start to earn matching bonus, that little yellow sliver right there of $18, as well as I start to save up on my savings bonus. Again, after 3 months, I've not broken even yet if I bought all that product. But I've got a lot of product that I've been using. I should start to see and feel some meaningful improvements in my overall health quality and the quality of life. Let's go to month 4. Month 4. Well, look what happened. Team lead bonus used to be the biggest way of how I earn money. I still get my $450, but now my base commissions is over $840, almost twice what my base commission, team lead bonus is. I'm now getting a little bit more in matching bonus, and my savings bonus has gone up as well. Let's keep going. This will go a lot faster. Month 5. I now have 31 people on my team. I've made a profit of $3,000. I've earned in total over $6,200, and it continues to grow. And what you're going to see is all I'm doing is finding one new ultimate a month. And everybody on my team, we have that same culture. Now you know, and I know that there's a lot of people who can find a lot more than just one ultimate in a month. So this is a very conservative, very doable, very realistic goal. And in 6 months' time, okay, you haven't earned a lot of money. It's only $6,000 total. But watch what happens as I continue to build my business. Month 6. Now I'm optimizing 2 lines. I'm getting $2,000 in base commissions. I'm starting to get my income position bonus of $500, that green at the top. I'm still getting my team lead bonus. I'm still getting, and watch that matching bonus grow. It's now $700. My savings is now $300. I've already earned $10,000, $7,000 of which is profit. That's a lot of extra money that people can start to spend on, not enough to quit their job, right? But I'm on pace to make almost $50,000 a year. So it's getting a little bit tempting to spend more and more time to build the business. Month 7. Now I've got 127 people on my team. I made $12,000 almost in profit. Look at that last month. Okay, look at that matching bonus continue to grow. My matching bonus is almost as much as my base. Why? Because I continue to duplicate. Month 9, right? So this is the 9th month that I've been using the products, 8 months of actually building, and now my matching bonus is bigger than my base commissions and my team lead bonus combined, right? Let's keep going. Month 9. You can see it just keeps going up. Month 10. It keeps going up. Month 11, it keeps going up. Month 12, after a year of just duplicating one ultimate a month, I've got 4,000 people on my team. My matching bonus is now earning 10 times more than all of the other bonuses combined. When people learn about the compensation plan, I don't think they appreciate the power of Ariix's matching bonus, because it is not the same as a Jeunesse matching bonus. It's not the same as a Kayani matching bonus. It's not the same as a Vasayo matching bonus. It is very, very different. All of those have rules and ticky-tacky requirements that make it almost impossible to earn all of the levels of matching bonus. And even when you do, you're so high of a level that you're not earning on a lot of what they're earning. What you're looking at is not a lie. It's a calculator. It's as nerdy as I am, because it is what it is. You would be on pace to earn over $360,000 a year just by duplicating what I talked about. It is very, very powerful what it means to be ultimate. We know that ultimates are going to become our senior officers. They're going to become our Partners Council members. They're going to become our Founders Club members. It is a culture that I believe if you can establish in your team, you will see growth. No, it is not easy, right? But it wasn't meant to be easy. Because in the difficulty is when people grow and they get out of their comfort zone and they become something different. And that is what's required to really become a leader in this industry. Now, what if, let's go worst case scenario, I can't duplicate Ultimate. It's too hard. I can only duplicate Elite. Okay, then you're going to have to suffer with only $70,000 of profit, and you're on pace to make $295,000. I can't duplicate Elite. I can only duplicate Business. You're going to have to suffer then with $210,000. You ready for this? I can't even duplicate with Business. I can only duplicate with Member. Okay, it's still a drop, but you made a profit of $35,000 in your first year. Okay, I promise you duplication is what makes this business grow, and Ultimate is everything. People who make Ultimate end up earning a lifetime average of over 10 times what people who earn Elite do. Even though you saw a calculator to show you that the numbers are a lot closer, this is a calculator, it's not reality. Reality is Ultimates make 10 times in a lifetime more than what an Elite does. 15 times more than what business members do, and they earn between 20 and 30 times in a lifetime what a business person tends to earn. So if it were me building today, I would make my culture and my team focus on Ultimate, but no, even if they don't get Ultimate, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's not even close. If they have a desire to build, great, be Business. You're still going to earn more in Ariix at Business than you would ever earn in any other network marketing company on the planet. Because all that's doing is just lowering your team lead bonus, but everything else, look at that. Matching bonus, base commissions, it's incomparable. So what I want to stress with everybody on the call today is make team lead bonus the easiest first way that people learn how to make money with Ariix, and make their business level a huge part of teaching team lead bonus. If the focus for a new person is to get Ultimate, well, you know that already qualifies them as gold. So you've already checked that box. You also know that they're learning how to sell, they're learning how to, and yes, they're going to fail. They're not going to succeed every single time that they try to close a prospect. That's why you need to arrange. Range based on your team, how you build, but know your averages. In the US, for example, if you purchased 500 points worth of product, on average, you're going to have 2 to 3 sampling parties in your first 4 weeks to really sell your way to Ultimate. That's just an average right there. If you come in at the minimum, you'll probably have to have 4, maybe even 5 sampling parties. For most new people, that's a bit overkill. They're not ready to refer that many friends, and they don't have that many friends to refer. So typically, if someone is serious about building the business, I would strongly recommend that they qualify at least at the Business, and then you work with them to help them get Ultimate. If they can afford Elite, purchasing that many products gives them a great diverse experience that they can then use to go and share and get even more customers and become Ultimate very easily. For people who are very serious about opening a business and making money quickly and for the long run, I promise you purchasing 1,500 points of product will not set them astray. It will be a very wise decision and something they won't regret. You saw by month 4, not only were they already in profit, they had already exceeded that, right? I believe it was month 5, there we go, or month 4, let me check. Correct, in month 4, you're already earning a profit, well beyond what you already spent. And the best part is you set your team, what you do, your team will follow with. So I hope everybody has a better understanding of what team lead bonus is, of what it could be, and the value of going Ultimate with the team lead bonus. Those two are a 1-2 combo, and they pack a powerful punch. So with that, I'd like to turn the time over to everybody else who has questions Anna, let's go do some Q&A. I'm sure there's people out there who have questions about the Team Lead bonus. If there's anything you would like to ask, now is your chance to get your question answered. I'm going to turn the time back over to Anna, and let's go and field some questions.
I'm here with you, Ian. So first of all, thank you so much for this. You know, I received now, I don't know, 20, 25 messages on WhatsApp from our representatives. They all want this calculator in their hands.
Okay. In what currency would they like it? Right now it's in US dollars. I can do one for euro. I can do one for British pound. I can do one for, you know, a kroner. What would you like?
So it would be great. I have the one in dollars, and for all who want it, I will share it in dollars. But if you have time, Ian, to change it into pounds and euros and do the separate calculators for both currencies, that would be enough for sure.
Okay, well I will do better than that. I will give you one where you can select the market and select the currency so that you can see both what the requirements are and have the currencies update automatically. So it will
Awesome.
let you choose the currency, and I'll do that today, and I'll send it to you, Anna. And just so that you're aware, I got a couple messages this last week from reps in the US saying that when they were closing their prospect, this really helped paint a picture of how the bonuses work, right? When they can see, oh, that's what matching bonus does over time, that's what base commissions does over time. It really paints a picture, especially when you start showing, let's see what happens if I'm building 4 lines.
Yeah.
I mean, you see everything grow, and so it's a great way to paint the picture of how they get paid. So I'm more than happy to provide that.
Yeah, this is an awesome tool. For sure, it will be useful for all of us. So let's now go to the questions. I see that people are putting their questions now, but we have some questions from the beginning of the webinar. Eddie, actually, from Belgium, he was asking about the 100 qualifying points from the preferred customers. Should they happen in the AutoShip week, or they can happen any week?
Great question, Eddie. So the answer is right now, yes, they are currently required to happen during your AutoShip week. So if you are a blue on the calendar, then you need your preferred customer to purchase during the blue week. If you're red, then purchase in the red week, etc. And that way we know, because otherwise it becomes tricky for the system to know, did you want that to auto balance, or did you want that to cover your commissions? And we don't know how to make that differentiation, and we believe it's a little too confusing to ask the question. So right now, just make it very simple. Put them in your auto delivery week, and you don't have to worry about anything. But great question.
Perfect. So we have the next one. If you have the people only on your power line, can you earn the money? Do you still get the commission on your orders?
Great question. Very good question. Here's the nice thing about Team Lead Bonus. Before Team Lead Bonus, everything paid in base commissions, and you could only really get paid base commissions on your pay line. With your Team Lead Bonus, you could sponsor 1,000 people and put all of them in a power line. And you would still get, if you were ultimate, 30% on all of that volume, even though it's in a power line. So that's the very powerful thing about the Team Lead Bonus. We don't care where you place it. If you sponsored them and they purchase, and you're ultimate, it's 30%.
Perfect. So I see, guys, you're placing here the request to send you the calculator. We will share it with all the fields. So I won't send it tomorrow to a limited group of people. We will share the recording of this webinar with all of you, together with the calculator. No worries, everybody will get it. So now we have another question. Can we upgrade to Ultimate after the 4 weeks?
No. No, you may not. There's a reason why, okay? And when I say no, I'm saying no with a winking eye, so I'll explain in a minute. But no, we want that upfront, we call it a little bit of pressure. There's value in that. After doing this business for, I've been doing it for 13 years, Mark has been doing it for 26 years. But in that time, we've really learned, and the data proves this, that when there's a little upfront pressure, not a lot, but enough to give them a little bit of a requirement to do something, people tend to act. Where if there's always a reason why they can wait, they will tend to wait. So No, it is 4 weeks. However, if they do not qualify for Ultimate, again, that's why we wanted to be lenient and generous and say, even if you are not Ultimate, but you can sell Ultimate, you'll still earn the 30%. Okay, so that's the first part. But also, we will plan at least once a year a requal or upgrade opportunity for everybody. So expect to see that sometime this year. I won't tell you when it is. If you can pry Anna's ear or her arm or pull her arm, maybe she'll tell you a secret. But right now, our lips are sealed. But yes, there will be an opportunity to upgrade for people who would like to become Ultimate and missed that 4-week opportunity. Now,
I can't believe you've just said that.
Yeah. Well, I said that because I know that you don't know the date either. So, no, I'm teasing. But here's the good news. If you're in your 5th week and they barely missed it out, call customer service. They'll work with you. If you're close and you're $1 short or 10 points short, we're going to work with you. We're a partnership, right? But we do want you to have intent to start building soon. That's good for you and good for your growth.
Great, Ian. Thank you for this explanation. So now about the 4 weeks period to get the business level. There is a doubt from one representative if the volume from the enrolled representatives in your organization, in your new organization, is going to account for your business level or not.
Great question. So let me kind of paint a picture. I'll use my PowerPoint. Can you see this?
Yes, it's awesome. We see everything.
Okay. I'm going to show you this screen and we'll make a new slide that we built together. Okay? So let's call this qualifying. And I apologize for making this on the fly, but let's just go through it. So you sell 1,000 points to John. I'm sorry, this is a male. Let me get a female. I don't want to be sexist. Okay? See you later. Here we go. Strong, powerful, beautiful woman, okay?
I like it. She's also pregnant, I would say.
I figured you'd like that. And look, she's turning her back to the man. It's perfect. Okay. So she sells, and let's call this person a preferred customer. So I'm going to delete that. This is just a preferred customer, just a normal person, right? And she sells this normal person 1,000 points of product. And she is still in her first 4 weeks qualifying, right? If she sells 1,000 points to John, her new preferred customer, then she will have qualified for Elite, right? Now, those points, whether she buys them herself or she sells them, we really don't care. So if she sold 500 points and she bought 500 points, both of that, because it's in the first 4 weeks, would help qualify her for Elite. If she did another order of 500 points on the 4th week, now she would hit Ultimate. Now, during this whole process, her upline, let's call this person Carl Amory, who's killing it. Carl sponsored this person, and he is earning team lead bonus on everything that she is ordering and everything that her preferred customer is ordering because she's still qualifying. So while she's qualifying, her sponsor earns team lead bonus on everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was clear for me. Let's see if our attendees understand that well. If you have any doubt, guys, please drop us a comment here in the question box.
Yeah, if it doesn't make sense, this is the perfect time to ask. Don't be shy. There's no bad questions, right? The more we can understand this and be very clear on what this is, I promise you it will actually help you build your business in a very, very big way. Understanding the right way of doing this is huge. So let me just kind of recap what we just said. Everything that that I buy, or excuse me, that Anna buys while she's qualifying, and everything she sells to a preferred customer while she's qualifying, that will generate a team lead bonus for Carl, because Carl is the sponsor. Okay? So let's put some numbers to this and give an example. Let me insert one last thing. I hope you can see this. And then it should make a lot of sense in a minute. Okay, so Carl sponsored Anna. Anna, your hair's a little longer, but it's still beautiful, okay? There we go. And in week 1, so let's put some weeks behind this so now we can actually see what happens. Week 1, Anna buys 500 points. Well, she can't, she's in Europe, so she buys 200 points, okay? And week 2, she sells 800 points. And so week 2. And week 3, she buys another 500 points. Do we all agree that after week 3, Anna is now qualified for Ultimate? I think it's pretty straightforward. Anna is qualifying. Now, if Anna said, I don't want to be Ultimate, I want to be business, okay? She says, I want to be business, that's what I want to be. Well, then as soon as, let's say she only sold 300 points to her PC, as soon as she sold that 300 points on week 2 to her PC, because she only wanted to be business, then she would become business. And anything else that she sells or buys, now she earns commissions on. Okay? So if she's just a business, and I think this should clarify all of the questions. Guys, for what it's worth, this is kind of a PhD level, but so take it for what it's worth. Most new people won't care about this. But I just want you to know so that if you're ever asked, great. Week 1, Anna buys 200 points. Week 2, she buys 300. That qualifies her for business. If she selected business was her goal, then she's done. She's done qualifying. Carl would have earned 500 points times whatever his business level is. Carl, let's call him Ultimate, would have earned 500 times 30% equals $150. That's what Carl gets. Well, Anna, let's say in week, doesn't matter now, week 3, you buy another 500 points. In this case, you are business. Do we agree? So Anna is business, and now she has 500 points that is going to auto balance. And because she has 5 lines, it's going to be, oh boy, here we go. 4 divided by 5 times 0.15. Oh, there you go, 12%. 12% times 500 points equals $60. Does that make sense, Anna? This is very PhD, pretty rare that it happens, but now you know all of the possible scenarios.
Yeah, this makes totally sense. So I understand also the question was about if the new representative enrolls new representatives and stays in the 4-week period. If the points from those representatives are going to the upgrade of the business level or just the personal volume and preferred customers volume?
That is a great question. So let's go through and change the scenario. Okay? I love it. Good question. So we don't care about Carl because he's just the upline. Carl, you're out of here, man. We love you, but we don't care about you. Anna sponsors John. And John is a new member. Do we agree?
Yes.
Great. So in week 1, let's say that Anna, how many points did you buy? 500? Yeah.
It's okay. 500 is good.
Okay, so you are now business. At business, what are you qualified to earn? What's your team lead bonus percentage?
Oh, very small, just 20.
All right, 20%, cool. And in week 2, you sponsor John, and John buys 500 points. what will be your team lead bonus in week 2?
Oh, the 20%.
I agree with you completely. It's $100. We agree? All right, well, let's go to a different scenario. Let's say then week 3, you do your second 500 points. And that makes you elite. And you sponsor somebody else and they do the same 500. What's your team lead bonus percentage now?
Oh, 25.
You got it. The same 500 points. Now you are earning, oh boy, I believe it's 125. My apologies, guys. There we go, $125.
Yeah, so the biggest information that you guys need to remember is that when you are in your 4 first weeks after the enrollment and you buy your products or you sell to the preferred customers, that goes to your upgrade of your business level. When you enroll the reps and you build the team, that goes towards your team lead bonus. Yes, Ian?
Correct. Yes. Every time you make a sell to a new member, even if you're just activated, you will always earn a team lead bonus. But when you sell to your preferred customers and you're still qualifying, then we count that as qualifying, and that will pay your sponsor in a team lead bonus.
So you basically can, in the same time, you can upgrade your business level. This is the very common question we get here in the customer support. And I want you to remember that you can upgrade your business level, but in the same time, if you're building your business, you can earn your money.
That's right. Find new members who are also upgrading, and everything they order, you'll earn your team lead bonus on. That's a great, great observation. You don't have to wait until you've qualified to start sponsoring new members. You can find customers on day 1, and you can find members on day 2, get paid on your members immediately, and still qualify from your customers. Great, great observation. I love it, Anna.
You know, I hope it's clear, guys. So let me know if this is still not clear, but I think that this time it has to be clear. We will send you the recording of this webinar so we can go through this one more time. I just want to follow up on some questions that are like from another family of questions. So among the enhancements on the business levels, we have the executive coaching, and there is a question, how that works, Ian?
Okay, are you ready for this? Here's how executive coaching works. Fred Cooper, Mark Wilson, Deanna Lotson, Riley Timmer, Jeffrey Yates, myself, Wenhan, Cameron Bott, Vivian Chong, Tyler Jones, Phil Lewis, Tom Jackson, Brandon Knight, all of our VPs and all of our owners are at your disposal if you are an elite or ultimate, and you can schedule either a webinar or a one-on-one coaching session, okay? Typically, the timing for those is about a half an hour each, right? And what you'll do is you're simply going to contact customer service and let them know you would like to arrange a webinar for you and your team or a one-on-one phone call, right? And customer service is going to leave a note on the account, and they will send the request to our executive administrative assistants. Once the assistants have received the request, they'll go through the calendar for the executive or owner or VP of your choice, and they'll find the next available time and be in direct communication with you. For webinars, typically what we'll do is they'll do 1 or 2 webinars a month. So Deanna will have 1 or 2 a month, Fred will have 1 or 2 a month, and we try to batch those up. And so what they'll come back and say is, Fred already has this webinar at this time on this topic. Does that work for you? And you'll say, perfect, it works. Or you'll come back and say, no, I'd rather have this specific topic. And if that isn't currently scheduled, then we will go and schedule that out. And first come, first serve is really how it works. Once you've used it, it's been used. So if I could give a word of advice, webinars, I would try to plan those, once or twice a year for you and your team. If that works, if you can have a lot of people on the same topic at the same time, that tends to have a lot of synergy. For your executive coaching session, this is your get out of jail free card. I absolutely have to have a phone call with Vivian to talk about marketing tools because I need her to understand in my market, here's how we need the marketing to work. We've already done our research. We know what we're doing. This is exactly what we need. I need my 45 minutes with Vivian Chung, Vice President of Marketing, right? Or I absolutely have to talk to Mark Wilson. I have a re-entry. I don't know how to place it. I have a couple of different strategies, and I know that they're very good on giving recommendations and advice on how to place a re-entry. Whatever. This is kind of your phone a friend on let's make $1 million, right? Let's be a millionaire. It's very valuable. So use it sparingly because you only get one or two of them if you're ultimate. But that would be the process. It's through customer service. Most of them have been trained on how to do it. If they don't know how to do it, please let us know. It's our job to reflect back to Cameron Bott, VP of Customer Service, to make sure that he's aware. But they should be trained, and they can work with the executive assistants to make that happen.
They are trained. No worries for that. In Europe, we are all well trained, so they are ready for you.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised that you are trained, Anna, over there in Europe. It's the other markets I tend to worry about. So.
Oh, thank you. That was nice. So, Ian, we have a combination of questions that we have to reply one after another. And so let's start for about 4 weeks. So there is a concern and question and doubt how that works. So from what date do we start to calculate the 4 weeks? From the moment of the enrollment, even on BOS, or from the moment when you open the income position, activate the income position, or from any other moment? And what are the Ariix 4 weeks?
Great question. So this one is definitive, and there isn't a specific answer. It's not open to opinion or subjective ideas. It's very objective. Here's what it is. The day that your sponsor enrolls you in the system, that day will be attached to a commission week. Otherwise, if you just look at your calendar and you'll say, what day did I come in on? It's during the red week. Great. The first 4 weeks simply means the red, the blue, the green, those 3 weeks, and then the 4th week are your 4 weeks. When you see red again, that's your 5th week. So you have from the day that you enroll, from red until the last day before red to qualify.
Yes, exactly. So just for your, to be clear, guys, it can happen, because this is also a question and people are sometimes very angry about it, but it can happen that if you enroll at the end of the week, you just have 2 days left from that week when you enroll. So it is also well to know that when to enroll people.
Yep, but remember, that's where if they're getting close and it's week 4, you're going to talk to customer service and say, hey, they're really close. They just need a few more days to wrap up this last order. Can you give a little bit of leniency?
Yeah, so in Europe, usually the customer support replies after 1 or 2 days on such exceptions. There is no complication, so that should be smooth. So following question on that is, if you choose member when you enroll, member level, member business level, but you sell up to ultimate level, how your commission will be calculated, how the money goes. So how much money goes to your upgrade? Are you going to upgrade to the higher business level, or if you choose member, you will become member and not higher?
Great question. I'll use this slide right here to illustrate, okay? So I'm going to change the number real quick. So Anna, you're sponsored by Carl, right? Mm-hmm. And you sold, let's just say that you wanted to go member. You don't want anything above that, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, week 1, you did 200 points. You're already member. Mm-hmm. That means after that point, you're done qualifying. So Carl.
Exactly. So our 4 weeks can be very short 4 weeks. It can be just 1 week. It's just 4 weeks or till when you achieve the business level pre-selected, yes?
Correct. So Carl, he would earn his team lead bonus from you, which in this case is $60. Because he's ultimate. He got your 200 points times 30%. You're done qualifying. Carl's done earning your team lead bonus. Okay? Week 2, you sold 800 points to a customer. In that case, you're a member, which means you're going to have 800 points times your 15% team lead, which is going to be $120. In week 3, you did 500 points. That will auto balance and get you $60. So that is what would happen if you chose member and then you did all of this volume. Now look at that volume. Between what you purchased yourself and what you sold, it's a total of 1,500 points. So I believe the question is asking, can I get my auto balance and my team lead bonus and also qualify for ultimate? And the answer is no. Because if you're qualifying, that volume pays Carl his team lead bonus. You only start earning because, and this is a customer. Now, if you sponsored a member, yes, you would get paid whatever. But because you chose to use the volume that you bought and that your customers bought to get paid because you wanted to be a member, then you already got paid. But you don't get paid on your own volume and qualify.
Yeah, exactly. So we have some cases now. So you know, guys, when you open the X Office to enroll new people, there are the business levels to be pre-selected. And sometimes the new representatives, your prospects, they don't know that. So train them well to select their business level, because we had many cases, but this is obvious at the beginning. We all have to learn. But people pre-selected member or business level and expected to go to ultimate, actually. So they stopped upgrading their business level when they achieved business. From that moment, they started to earn their base commission on all orders. But they were really amazed after like 1 or 2 weeks. Why I'm not upgrading? I'm putting points into the system, but I'm not upgrading my business level. So they have to really know clearly that when they pre-select the business level, the system will log them on that business level when they achieve that. It is possible to change it. You can always call the customer support, and manually our agents can help you. But sometimes it creates some, misconceptions or misunderstandings. So let's try to avoid that.
The easiest way to remember that, that's right, the easiest way to remember that, and again, this is all very kind of PhD, the easiest way is to just say, what is the business level that you want to go for? And then, how much product do you want to buy today? And those are 2 separate questions. So if you keep those 2 questions separate, yeah, you'll never be confused.
Yeah, exactly. So we have another question about the executive webinar and coaching session, the difference between them. So let's maybe clarify that, because this is a hot topic here, I see. So, guys, the coaching session is something for yourself. So you're going through difficulties during your business journey, or even personal journey, or you want to, double check with the executives if you're going the right direction with your business. Is there any better direction with your business choices, marketing actions that you're doing on the market, maybe compliance topics? I don't know. So you have the right to, sorry?
I said maybe IT, maybe you see something on the app or the web page or the online enrollment that you just have a better way of designing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Access to our time. We
want to hear the access, the personal access for the time of our executives for you, for yourself, coaching session. While the webinar would be something, let's say, bigger for your team, for a group of your people, for the leaders. You can make an incentive in your team and invite the people to the webinar with the executives if they win that. So be creative with that. There are no really very, strict rules on that. Be creative, I would say.
I like it.
Yeah. So here, the opposite question to the previous one, but I really want to touch this topic. If you select the ultimate level, but you don't reach it within your 4 weeks period for the upgrade, what happens?
Then you would just be whatever you've already qualified for. So if I chose ultimate and I only generated 500 points between me and my customers, then I would qualify for business, and I get paid thereafter at business. In the event that we have an upgrade opportunity, then I would have a chance to upgrade. But until that time, I would be business, which means my minimum team lead bonus is 20%. But guys, I want you to think about this. At 20%, that is as high as 90% of the first order bonuses in the industry. Vasayo, 20%. Jeunesse, 20%. A lot of those first order bonuses, the highest they ever get is 20. So even if you're just business, you're being paid as well as the best first order bonuses in the entire industry. And don't forget, if you sell Ultimate, you still get 30%.
So I'm laughing because among the questions, I see the question that is, I heard that so many times, but maybe if you explain the reason behind 100 qualifying order, it will be stronger, Ian. So there is a question, if we can work out a system that people doesn't have to buy the qualifying order?
Yeah, so what's the concern?
So the concern is that maybe we can study a system for the people that they can just enroll and they don't have to put the qualifying order. Why we have to have the qualifying order every month to be active in the business?
Well, okay, yeah, there's a couple of reasons. Phyllis, there is no reason that we don't need to require anything, right? However, there's no legal requirement that says we have to. There's no legal requirement that says we don't have to. Let me explain why we have the minimum sales threshold every month, because it's a great question. So I'll scroll up here to this slide. First of all, virtually the entire world of sales involves a sales quota. Whether it's large, I mean, most of our competitors are in the thousands of dollars. You look at Forever Living, you look at Rodan and Fields, you look at Herbalife, New Skin, Miriam, Amway, any of the older companies, they have actually a lot higher sales requirements. So at 100, we felt it's a good balance of having some requirements, but nothing more than what you would want to personally consume yourself. Philosophically, we believe it's very difficult to sell something that you don't personally use yourself. So at a minimum, by maintaining a healthy range of usage of the product, we believe that you'll have an authentic story to tell when you're referring the business to other people or you're selling product. Again, nobody wants to buy weight loss from an overweight person who's not trying to lose weight. It's just, you won't sell it, right? They don't want to buy skincare from me, somebody who doesn't use skincare. Although that's changing, just for what it's worth. We may or may not have something coming down the pipeline in 2 weeks that I'm telling you is a game changer, both for guys and girls, both for young and old. It's a great, great product. But that's the point. So number one, we believe it's hard to sell if you're not using it. But more importantly, it's the good balance of, we have to have some sales requirements to motivate people to do something. If you have no requirements, people tend to gravitate towards the minimum, and then you would end up losing a substantial part of your business potentially. So there's no reason why we have to have it, but dozens of years of experience would suggest that not having it is detrimental to the business, not helpful.
Perfect. So we have the question about vegan capsules. This is a very hot question on the European market, so let's touch it. There is a requirement from our representatives, a question if this can happen soon, that we will have the vegan capsules.
So I was under the impression that tonight's call would be strictly focused on the compensation plan. However, you know what? Tough questions don't frighten me. I've got no problem with this, because I got an answer for you. I don't know. That's the honest answer. I know that R&D has been aggressively looking into it, looking at options and looking at pricing. Of course, with any type of capsule, you have a range from the very, very inexpensive from India and from China to what we use, which is the preeminent gelatin-based capsule from the US. So what we're using today is already a kind of a what's the brand of British car? Not Alfa Romeo. That's Italy.
Don't ask me. I won't help you on that.
Okay. Well, what we're using today is already the BMW of capsules. Now, for many people, we totally understand there's a lot of different markets that are vegan or vegetarian or halal or other reasons that would much prefer a veggie cap. We're actually looking into it, and I believe the strategy that you're going to see over time will be this. We will most likely, we're working on trying to get our minimum orders down to a manageable amount, but we believe that we can start to launch with a small amount, and I believe it's already underway for Europe. We will have small quantities and then throw it into the field and then say, okay, with the veggie cap, it's going to be maybe $1 or $2 more expensive, or maybe 3 or 4 more than what you're used to purchasing. But we believe if the demand is there, the extra cost, because we're not earning any more money on a veggie cap that we would earn on a normal Nutrify product. It's just simply passing along the cost so that we cover our costs, and then you'll have the choice to purchase one or the other. If we see enough movement and enough trend to purchase the veggie cap at the slightly higher cost, then it just tells us very clearly it makes sense for us to move everything to a veggie cap because there's no resistance. If we don't see a lot of those sales for the veggie caps, and we end up having a little bit of product that stays on hand and inventory that's not moving, then we'll have to have another discussion. But I don't believe that will be the case. We've heard enough from most of the markets. So, for example, Taiwan already has veggie caps. They've had it for quite some time because they've requested it and they're willing to pay the slightly higher price. To them, it's absolutely worth it given that 50% of people in Taiwan are vegan. So, great question. I hopefully that answered. But yes, it is underway, and I believe within I would be shocked if it's longer than 6 months. You'll see a small quantity of limited amount of veggie caps come out at a slightly higher price, and then we'll gauge the market response from that and make a decision moving forward.
This will be an awesome test. Let's see how the market behaves. So this is curious also for me, you know. So now the question from the system. So what is the difference between the total earnings and the on pace to earn figure? This is from John. Hi, John.
Hi, John. John, you're famous. You were in my example. So great question. Total earnings, and you can see here it says total earnings in 8 months. That is actually what I've earned. But if you'll notice that last month, I earned a lot more than what I earned in my first month. If you were to maintain the total members in this scenario and maintain an average pace of new people enrolling, then you would be on pace to earn $180,000 every single year at that month 9 income. So basically, if you were able to maintain and stop growing, just maintain what you've generated by month 9 and keep that going, you would make $180,000 over the next year. So you earned $40,000 already in profit. Your total earnings was 43, and you're on pace to make 180 based on the last month of earnings. Great question.
Okay, so now here is the question. I need to touch this topic because this is like a common problem of our representatives in Europe. But it is just at the beginning, guys. You will learn this also. Take it easy. What happens if someone said they want business level, but in the week 2, they decide they want to go ultimate, and in the meantime, they earn some commissions from the base commission because their upgrade period stopped in the meantime because they already achieved the business level. So we had some cases like that, and the customer support will calculate how much money you got from your business, and they will just take it back from you and extend the upgrade time till the end of the fourth week. And give you the possibility to upgrade further on. So it is not something that you log in and you can never change. But of course, it is better to plan, as Ian said, to go ultimate, and you don't have the problem with that, change for the customer support, and we don't have to recalculate the commissions for yourself.
Yeah, we see a lot of people change their mind as they start to use the products and they start to experience the culture of the team and the excitement that comes. That's why I just, again, with what Anna said, if you make it a team culture that everybody goes ultimate or at least tries to go ultimate, it's a great culture, and it's very simple. But more importantly, I would try to show the calculator so they can realize the power of duplication of just being and duplicating one new ultimate a month. I'm telling you, we've seen a lot of teams in the very short amount of time shift their focus. Okay, even if it spent the entire month, we're talking 4 weeks of 3 to 5 hours of work, and I only got one ultimate. That's very reasonable. In fact, it's very conservative. Having that focus of consistency, that pays off over time, and we're seeing a lot of new teams change that strategy. So if becoming ultimate and finding ultimates is the goal, one a month, I'm telling you, it will change what your business is doing. And again, of course, I understand that becoming ultimate, not everybody can afford to buy it, but that's not the point. The point is they either buy it and they have a great variety of brands, or they learn to sell, which is everything. And in Europe, I would argue that you have one of the most astute teams at selling product, whether it's through Facebook or whether it's through one-on-ones. You're very good at finding customers who actually want to use the products. That's a very strong point that you have. So keep that up. Don't change that aspect of the business. I wouldn't change a thing.
Great. So, guys, I see some questions about the products, and here where I know, because we checked it, I will reply. So somebody asked for the fair trade certification for our products. We don't have such certification. This was checked with the product department, but we also reported to our specialists and experts in that department that such document would be needed, and they are looking into that. I can't say any date, I can't promise anything that something is coming, but they know about this need, so stay tuned. I hope we'll have some great news for you. And here, Ian, I don't know if this is a moment and you have still time to touch this, but there is a desperate message from Leticia. Is it possible to have an example for the payment with the Powerline and Payline? I don't understand. I really don't understand how the commissions are paid. So this would be not about the team lead bonus, but general payout of the commission.
You know what? I've got a PowerPoint for you. You ready for this? If you wanted to learn how base commission works, I can go all night. So if you're ready to learn about how residual works, and people are not tired and not sick of hearing my voice, Leticia, let me give a quick example. So now you're talking about the residual income. So this is, you're earning money like a boss. You have sales teams that you're building. You're going to earn what we call base commissions. So here's me, and I have a business. This is the income position that I earn. It's like an organization chart, right? This is my spot in the Ariix tree. When I get preferred customers, they go right next to me. They don't go below me or any of that, right? They're connected to me, and I get paid either team lead bonus, or if they continue to buy after their first 4 weeks, I get paid auto balancing. You'll learn about that later. Don't worry about it. But my sales teams, so this is what we're talking about when we have different lines, a power line, a pay line, you'll learn about these. These are people that are customers and my business partners, and they're connected to my business like an organization chart through lines, okay? So in line 1, you can see here I've got 4 people, and on line 2, I have 2 people. Each of them can find their own customers or bring in new members to their team. And I can add new people beneath them in the existing organization, or I can build under my new lines as I want to. So that's how sales teams work. It's like an organization chart. I can place them wherever I want. Do you remember volume points on the products that you sell, right? Volume points add up from your entire team each week. Volume that's not paying you in team lead bonus is going to pay you in base commissions, okay? The line that has the most volume points is called the power line. All other lines are called pay lines. So let's look at this. We'll put some numbers on the board. Line 1, I have 4 people. They each bought 500 points. Line 2, I have 2 people who bought 500 points. That means I have 2,000 points in line 1 1,000 points in line 2. So because line 1 is bigger, it's my power line. Because line 2 has less volume, it is my pay line. And so here's how you get paid in base commissions. It's 15% of all pay line volume. So you're going to get 15% of the 1,000 points that are on your pay line, right? That'll give you 150 US dollars in base commissions, and we're going to use the volume, it uses it up from both lines. So I take 1,000 points away from my pay line, I take 1,000 points away from my power line. Now you'll notice I have 1,000 points left over in my power line because I had 2,000 and I only used 1,000. That means I'll have carryover volume for the next week in line 1 of 1,000 points. So next week, I get another 1,000 points from 2 people in line 2, and I had my 1,000 points from last week that carried over. What's that going to do? Another $150, because my pay line is 1,000 points. My power line is also 1,000, and I use up volume from both sides. When both sides are used up, guess what? My volume is spent, it's used up, and I got paid. I got paid 150 the first week and 150 the second week. And that is how base commissions work. That is how a power line works and how a pay line works. Does that make sense?
That was really fast and furious and super clear.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. So one more time, just because you're asking from France about it, the qualifying order that you should place every month in the qualifying week can be done by selling the products to your preferred customer, but it has to be done during the qualifying week, not the week after, not the week before. It has to happen during the qualifying week. Now I hope this is super clear. So, you know, Ian, I think that most of the questions are answered now, but for all the attendees, first of all, great job of attending this event. So now this webinar is recorded, and oh, Ian is coming with an explanation on video. I love it.
There you go, guys. This is my calendar. So if I enrolled, what month is it? It is the month of June. If I enrolled on a red week, I enrolled on Wednesday, the 1st of June, okay? That would mean that the next time I have to place an order is the next red week. So anytime during this red week that I place an order, congratulations, that will qualify me. And I can buy it myself or I can buy it through a preferred customer. And again, the next week will be over here. And I'm in the wrong year, but you get the idea. Every time it's a red week, I should go and place an order. All right? Pretty straightforward. Sorry, that was backwards. So.
Ian, I don't know what you've said before. To be honest, I was looking into the question box in order to find some not answered questions, but there was something what started some questions. Business and 5 lines. It is not happening. There is no business with 5 lines. Business does not have 5 lines. What have you said?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Let me go through my bad examples that I did on the fly, because I'm pretty sure business only gets 3 lines. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
5 lines. It happened now with the explanation of how the connection work. It is something recent.
Oh, you're right. Guys, I'm sorry. If she's just a member, she would not get 5 lines. She would have 2 lines, and that means she gets 7.5%. Great, great observation. She would get, oh boy, $35. 500 times 0.075, 37.5. My bad. 37.5. Great observation. In this example, okay, Anna's just a member, and she would end up getting the auto balanced at 7.5%. You are absolutely correct. You are a payout PhD, a compensation plan expert. Congratulations.
This is really awesome. Thank you for that, guys. So just for you to know, what we plan now with Ian, as you see, he's really awesome to explain the compensation plan. I mean, nobody loves the numbers. Maybe Fred Cooper loves the numbers more than Ian. What do you think, Ian, about it? You love the numbers.
Never wrong. Just ask him, he'll tell you.
So we plan to have such webinars every month and cover different ways of earnings in Ariix, so different bonuses more deeply at every webinar, yes?
Because there's 8 ways to earn.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So
exactly.
We would recommend strongly for all of your new members, every month that we do the webinar, that's for you to bring them on so they can learn at their own pace. And so we'll go through those, go in a little more detail, and I promise you, you cannot understand the compensation plan enough. You can hear it 100 times and each time learn something a little bit different, a little bit new every time. So knowing it, again, the important part is not knowing how it calculates. Let the computer do that. The important part is knowing what do you need to do to build your team. And if you remember nothing from today, just remember this. Team lead bonus and business levels are connected. And if you can duplicate 1 ultimate a month, if you can duplicate 2 ultimates a month, I promise you your business is going to grow, and this calculator will help you envision that and have a very clear picture. So, Anna, it's late. I want to thank everybody for being on the call. I'll go ahead and forward this presentation to you that you can forward along. You'll be able to change it from US dollars to British pounds or to euro or whatever you wish. But guys, thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely, lovely month. We'll see you next month on the next webinar. Anna, have a great day. Take care.
Exactly. Thank you, Ian. It was really awesome to have you here. You're really a great, great teacher of the compensation plan. We know that very, very well. So guys, please share the recording of this webinar with all your downlines. We are thousands and thousands of representatives here in Europe. And of course, it is not feasible for everybody to attend the webinar, but please make sure that everybody listens to the recording of that. This takes like 1 hour of their time, but this will save you so big headaches, and this will save also us some headaches, but it is not really super important. The most important is that it will save the headaches of yourself, your uplines, and you will not have to explain 10 times the same things. And next month, I'm sorry, we will come back with the webinar about other bonuses in our compensation plan. So this would be really very, very good for all your teams to have this background session from today well understood. If you have some additional questions, please send me an email, send me on WhatsApp. We are always here to help you to understand every single aspect of your business. So one more time, thank you so much for attending this webinar tonight. Have an awesome evening, awesome night, and awesome continuation of the week. And let's, let's explode even more than we exploded last week and last month. So Ian didn't say that, but in May, we jumped to the 2nd position worldwide in the enrollments. So let's stay there. And I'm not saying we have to, compete with China because there are too many people there. I'm not saying to, to have more babies in order to fight with China because it's not feasible and we can't really work so long for the profits from our business. But let's stay there, guys. We are on an awesome path. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for all your efforts, and see you next time. Thank you one more time.
And by the way, I agree with you. Our team lead bonus is the Rolls Royce of all first order bonuses. That's perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care. See you, Anna. Thank you.